my definition of success is across the board. If you're not ripped, if you're not rich, if you ain't rare, if you don't stand out, if you ain't across the board successful, it doesn't mean shit to me.
All right. Look, I'm gonna be a contrarian. I think what he's saying and what he has said is rather damaging, and is creating a rather dangerous rhetoric. And I'm gonna say this: I'm all for being competitive. I'm all for being competitive. I'm all for working hard. I'm all for being, hard on yourself and pushing yourself. You know what I'm saying? I go to the gym 6 days a week. I read, I write, I research. I find other ways to create other streams of income, right? I think that the messaging is so intertwined with trying to level up and better yourself, and in the mix of you ain't shit unless you're this guy that is up here. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're within this small threshold. There are men who are going to cross a certain threshold that a lot of other men are just not going to get to. They might get close, but they might not get there. I would never diminish those men's ability to climb as far as high as they have, because when they look down, there's a huge pool of men who haven't even started to ascend there's a ton of men who haven't even started to ascend on their journey. You know what I'm saying? I think that the entire rhetoric should be more focused on you should not be sitting at home on the couch eating potato chips. You should be working out. You should be going out working. You should be networking with other men. You should be working on yourself mentally. You should be addressing whatever concerns or issues. Brothers, you have a mic open. Like you have to kind of address certain problems, right? To kind of get there. You have to sit down and really visualize where you want to go and how you and what that type of man you want to be. And then you got to chip away at it. It's not going to happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? All these conversations that all those dudes talk about, they're talking about hitting the lotto. The only thing that happens overnight is you fucking hitting the lotto and you getting laid overnight or dying overnight. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is progress. Everything else takes time to get there. You know what I'm saying? Your first day in the gym is you're not going to look like a Mr. Universe. And that's not even the goal for most men, to look like that, like a Mr. Universe competition. But your goal should be to look the best looking version of yourself. Don't be out here looking like a slob. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself and treat yourself like how other people want to treat you. You know what I'm saying? Care about how you look, care about how you dress, care about how you talk to people and how you show up for other people. You know what I'm saying? And also, it's not about making $1 billion either. You know what I'm saying? It's about financial literacy and understanding how to properly invest your money and how to make your money work for you. You know what I'm saying? So you could have more options and collect more of your day and time so you can spend it with friends and family or the things that really matter to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, but if you're not a billionaire, but if you're not a multimillionaire, I don't think that's everybody's goal. And a lot of people are not going to make it to that threshold. It would be nice, but however, the messaging gets construed. And the thing about it is, though, everybody on the panel is a very seasoned individual who are fathers, you know what I'm saying, mentors. They're in different seasons and capacity of their life. But unfortunately, there are a lot of young men who don't have guidance or the right role model, and they're hearing this and they're misconstruing like, well, if I don't make it by this age and I'm not this, then life is over. Well, when life is really beginning for a lot of those young people. And that's the part that I find damaging. The motivation, I'm with it. Fuck, like, let's go. I'm motivated, I'm hungry, I'm ready to do the work. But all that other extra sauce bullshit, that's all fluff. That's the show. That's the dog and pony show right there. You know what I'm saying? All that shit is extra. And it doesn't even give a roadmap or even show how to navigate through certain things, whether you're starting that business, whether you're trying to get into the gym, whether you're trying to overcome something mentally or a certain thing in your life to get you over that hump. Because there's a lot of people who are dealing with a lot of obstacles that they're trying to get around so they could get started on that race, right? That's not even talked about or hint about. It's always about the Bugatti and the car. None of that shit even matters.
Why it don't matter?
Why it doesn't matter? Because at the end of the day, I would agree that I would concede to the idea that a lot of men would probably want a healthy, a healthy, flourishing family over, you know what I'm saying, the Bugatti car. Although that is nice, and if you could get to it, get to it. But I think in terms of priority in its hierarchy, that's not on the higher level.
Also, secondly, you stated that, I guess what he was saying, diminish somebody else or whatever, or tell them they not. I don't know. He said tell them they're not good enough. Or what they're doing is not good enough. But I think he gave context from what he was saying. He was saying that people were walking up to him, telling him how to do a push-up, giving him relationship advice. And I think all the man was saying was, if you're going to give me advice, or
that's only one example that he gave, and that was a poor example that he kind of just plugged in at the end.
I think the whole point was, if you're going to give me advice or give me tips or give me guidance or directions, come from an elevated position. In that position that you've done the things, that you yield the results that you're trying to get me to yield. And if they don't match up with what you're saying, then get the fuck out of my face. I don't find nothing wrong with that. And I think we need to strive. I think we need to set bars high so we can excel. I think it's important that we move like that. I think we need to look at ourselves and rank ourselves among other men. If you're between 18 and 23, you should be doing what? College, military, or high school. And then once you start getting up to 25, you got to look at all the other 25-year-olds. Where are they at in life? You still at home, then you loser.
And you don't see why I call you an elitist.
I'm just saying, this ain't got nothing to do with it. If you get to 40 and you look at all the other 40-year-olds, you have to look at yourself where you rank amongst other men. If
you don't judge yourself by no other man, you run your own race in life. Some people give no cares about being rich. Some people find value in just family and keeping a roof over their head and happiness. You listen to a man that espouses. You're listening to a man that espouses what would be comparable to David Goggins. You understand? Never Finished, or one of those books. Not everybody can walk that lane. The man that looks in the mirror and runs his race, not every man is going to be in the top 10%, 5%, 1%. That man WES just said, if you're not measured up to that, he has no respect for you. Did you listen to that? That's the same man that we saw a video that he openly embarrassed his friend because he couldn't pay a dinner bill. Who does that to their friend? Yeah, that same steroid head in the tight pants.
So hold on, wait. Let me get the context. He embarrassed his friend
because he took a friend. He took a friend. They went out to dinner, and he put the bill on him. But then he started filming his friend because his friend couldn't pay the bill because it was very expensive. Him being the rich one, you stunted on your man. You understand? He embarrassed him on the camera. That's WES, whatever his name is. I saw the video.
Well, listen, I'm not trying to attack this dude's character or
okay, no. Let's get that aside.
Let me just say this thing. I wasn't trying to go into a rabbit hole on how this dude behaved with his friends, or I'm just talking about the video at hand. Now, if we were discussing the results of that video and the topic was surrounding that, and I got the context behind it, I would be able to see, what actually happened, because I'm beginning to believe that a lot of things that we see, the videos, I interpret it different than everybody on the panel. So I would go as far as to say the details you're giving me about the video could be biased on how you saw it through your own lens.
Okay,
I may have saw something different.
I'm not gonna let you escape from what you said. You understand? Frig the video. The man just diminished the 90% that ain't gonna ever be rich, and said they lack value if they don't match what he's doing. You can't get a message that uplifts you from someone that is in a lower tax bracket. Basically, that's what he's saying. Get out my face. I can't listen to Viz the Poet. If I have $10 million and Viz the Poet says, you know what? You need to work on this about your character. And I say to Viz the Poet, your bank big like mine? Get out my face.
And what did he get kind of? He said instead of
honestly, I don't see anything. Let me just say this one thing.
Let me just say this one thing. He gave context at the very end.
Viz,
he said instead of hold on real quick, Kenny. I'm not gonna let you do that. He said, instead of coming up and telling me how to do a push-up or telling me that my girl is this or whatever, or I should do it this way, ask how to do it. Humble yourself. Like, damn, man, how do you get so rich? I want to do that. Instead of telling you how to work to get rich.
That's not what he said. That's you. That's you curtailing words to fit your narrative of that aggressive man. That
anybody else hear him say that?
He did say that, Kenny.
Thank you. I yield.
But let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick,
Viz. I'll give you the floor.
Go ahead.
You know why you're invalid right now? I just gave you a simple point. Okay, let me use JR. If JR is he's up 10 million, and I see something because I'm good at reading the room and judging character. JR, that man's not good for your business because I saw A, B, and C. And JR says, man, instead of even taking it in and seeing if it has value, I'm up 10 million. Get the F out my face.
Hey, and again,
that means
like I said,
because I don't have as much as you.
I don't think
something I see that can help you lacks value because I'm not in your tax bracket.
I get you, but again, I don't think that there's necessarily anything wrong with that.